If people don't have water or they don't have sanitation, it means that they don't have a clean living. Because a clean living and a healthy living needs plenty and plenty of water. It's an essential to us because we could do nothing without water. I am the founder of Ratangbana Creche and my name is Rahab Mudau. Ratangbana Creche started in 2002 on the 4th of February after realizing that there is a need at my community for looking this after children who are loitering on the street. Their parents couldn't go to work because they didn't have anywhere to leave their children, and the children had no nutritious meal during the day, and also to protect the children and to develop them in totality. That's why we started Ratangbana Creche. And when we started the creche, we had only 3 children on the 4th of February in this lovely house. But by the end of that year, we had 69 children and 29 graduates. It was amazing. In 2006, we had a group that came from this lovely house. We went to Market Theatre where we won the Zwagala Festival. We were the first group doing the competition in mother tongue, which was Sepedi, and we were the first group with the youngest children who won the Zwagala Festival by that time. We moved to our new home in 2006, where we were also in a shack, but it was a better shack. It was a house to me. It was a mansion to me and my children and the staff. So when we get there in 2006, we had about 100 children. Then we met the people in Johannesburg, the Tushanang Trust, and then they wanted to build us a better house or a better home. So then we had to move from this lovely house because this yard was not mine. We had to look for a stand where we can build our own ECD center. That's where then we moved to that new house that we have now, where every year we have plus minus 150 children. And according to the community, I think the center is still small because more people want to bring more children and the place is small.
We met Mamudao in 2017 through a coalition, a South African Civil Society for Women's, Adolescents and Children's Health effort to promote human mukbanking in partnership with our friends at Save the Children and Gateway Health Institute. We were invited by the Department of Health of Limpopo to join this initiative on Madiba Day, where we did breastfeeding awareness. We invited community leaders, stakeholders, and the mothers from the Mankweng community to attend a fantastic event hosted by the MEC of Health, Dr. Ramatuba, at the Early Childhood Development Center. So we met in 2017, 2018, and at the time the idea was that we would establish a breast milk collection corner at the Early Childhood Development Center. However, upon our first visit, what we soon realized is that the Early Childhood Development Center does have access to electricity, but does not necessarily have access to running water and sanitation.
We didn't have water, we didn't have electricity, but with the electricity it wasn't that bad because we can still use the firewood. But with water, you can't buy water every day. So we struggled like that until we met Save the Children, where they have tried to meet many people, and then that's how we could make these challenges to come a success. Ratangbana Creche has got 2 taps from the municipality water. that is working only once a month. If we are lucky, twice a month. We have 2 jojos to save water, but if there's no water from the tap, then you can't save water. The water that you have in the jojo tank will end up running out. But sometimes with the help of our councillor, our ward councillor, Steve Mogale, we ask him to ask the truck from the municipality to bring us water, which is also a struggle for us, because sometimes you phone the truck, it's not there, it's going to deliver the water somewhere. Or maybe sometimes you phone the people, their telephone are not working, or maybe the truck is not there. We were struggling and we managed to survive until now. But it was very hard for us to get water.
In South Africa, 41% of our communities do not have access to potable water, flush toilets, and sanitation. And this is quite a substantial shortcoming, you can imagine. Most of us are born into the great privilege of having access to water, toilets, electricity, and oftentimes we take these for granted. So since 2018, in partnership with coalition members, we have engaged a number of support efforts, health literacy campaigns that would bring at least some basics such as sanitation to the ECD Centre. We adopted the Ratangbana Early Childhood Development Centre as one of our secondary projects. And in 2020, when COVID became our new normal, we were nominated through our partners at Gateway Health Institute to potentially win the Roddenberry Foundation One Global Fund prize of $15,000. And the prize was originally earmarked to fully cover the distribution of food parcels to communities that were affected by the pandemic. In December 2020, we distributed 150 food packs that supported the feeding of 1,000 people in the community. What we learned was that the Early Childhood Development Centre was very proactive when it came to growing their own food, having a food garden, and whilst we could feed the families of the learners for 2 months, what we could rather do was obviously deliver the food packs which we had brought at the time and spend the second tranche of the money we received from the Roddenberry Foundation to give the Early Childhood Development Centre a borehole that would give the facility access to water.
After realizing that we have plenty of children that are coming to our center to have breakfast, to have lunch, and to have mid-morning snack and afternoon snack, we thought this is very little. Because we are looking after children from 0 to 5 years, it's an essential to us to have water. Because with this water, they will be having a fresh, clean water. They will be having food from clean water or fresh water. They will be washing their hands from clean water. They will be drinking a clean water from the tap. Everything will be easy for us because we'll be using clean water. Everything must be clean with the clean water. So for us, what you are doing for us is going to be, it's something huge. It's an essential to us because we could do nothing without water. Over the next few days, we are going to have people who are coming to drill the borehole for the center. Wow! So good. But now that we are going to have a tap water, we are sure that during this COVID-19, we can manage, because we'll be cleaning our hands with water, fresh water, every now and again. We will be using the flushing toilets, no more pit toilets, and the flushing toilets will be cleaned. Everybody will be living a clean and a healthy life now because of water.
Now this is part of the larger plan to not only bring water to the Early Childhood Development Center, but in the next phase, and where you can help us, is to raise money for toilets, for flush toilets for both the learners and the teachers of the Early Childhood Development Center, and that will ultimately bring dignity to the community attending that facility.
For the water, you saved our lives.
Just by watching, liking and sharing this video, you can help us raise the funds needed to build the toilets for the children at the Ratangbana Early Childhood Development Center. Hit subscribe. Thank you.